everybody, it's Neil from 3 Days Grace on the phone. Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Doing fine. First off, I want to say thank you a million bazillion times over for coming and playing our birthday bash. We could not be prouder to have a band than to have 3 Days Grace coming to Lubbock.
Oh man, you know what? We're super stoked. Like last time we played Lubbock, the crowd was like insane, and just the energy level of the rock shows down there is like no other place. So I mean, for us to get down there and the timing's good. I'm looking at the window right now at like 4 feet of snow. So I want to come south for more reasons than one.
Yeah, you played at a rather tricky time at the band's careers. That was one of the very first shows with the new guy. I hate to even call him the new guy at this point. And you brought it. When you wake up now, do you go, this is it. This is it. We're in the pocket. This feels like home. This is the right place where we need to be.
Absolutely, and it did right pretty well from the get-go. It was really, Matt is, of course, our bass player, Brad's younger brother. We grew up together, and we've always collaborated on stuff. We've always made music together, Matt actually co-wrote on the first 3 Days Grace album as well as Transit of Venus, and then obviously this new one that's coming out. From the first show, man, when he came out just guns blazing and when we were rehearsing and stuff, it felt right, and it was there was a new energy, and then we ended up starting to write right away. And when we wrote Painkiller, there was this new life, there was this kind of new energy that was born, and a new chapter for us, and it was pretty well undeniable for us. And here we are 2 years later, and 2 singles deep and a record ready to come out, and the fans are more supportive than ever, and we're going all over the world and stuff. So we're really, we don't take that for granted, but it certainly does feel right.
Well, that's what's crazy is here you got a band where people still refer to quote unquote the new guy, and you're on your second #1 single already. That's the sense of relief that your career and everything is right with the world has got to be incredible.
Yeah, man, we never take anything for granted, like just the notion that 3 Days Grace fans have been on this journey with us, and that's really, like, we're grateful for that, and I think a lot of it comes down to just like we've always written lyrics and melody and music together. Like everyone kind of plays guitar and everyone kind of collaborates equally in the band. It's always been like that. So we write about real things in our lives that we're going through, or struggles that people around us are going through, which are real things. We've stayed true to ourselves that way. And that's never changed. And I think fans realize that it comes from a real place, and it becomes real to them because it's stuff that everybody goes through. And that hasn't changed. And so there's always going to be that connection with the raw emotion that's in the music. And I think that that's a powerful connection between us and our fans.
I absolutely love the thought that it is a journey, because each band is a journey. And it's just, there's going to be different twists and turns along the way. So let's move on. What are the twists and turns we are to expect with the new album?
Well, in a lot of ways, we sort of went back to our roots, if you will, like what we did on like the first album, the first couple albums. The music was a little more heavy and aggressive, and the lyrics were sort of no holds barred with just like, talking about, like I said, like just things in your life that are like dragging you down or killing you slowly, or something that you need to really overcome. Like we're like everybody else. We just happen to use music as our form of venting, and so that's something like I think Painkiller and I Am Machine are pretty good representations of the direction that we took with the record. And then, it's been crazy, but a lot of doors have opened for us overseas in the last little while. Like we just went to Russia and did a bunch of shows in Russia. We're heading to South America in a few weeks and stuff. And so we're kind of globetrotting a little bit more now. But our passion still lies on getting up on stage and just killing it in front of a bunch of people and feeding off of that energy that the crowd gives us. And if this Lubbock show is anything like the last one, then it's like the energy level was totally out of control in a good way.
Is there any one thing that you really, really can't wait for people to hear on the album, whether it's a drum part or a song or something of that nature?
It's the next single. next single is, it's coming out actually sooner than later.
Yeah.
And I really believe that it's got a lot of depth. It's it's a little bit different for us, but it's got a lot of depth, and it's a really heavy subject. And I feel like it's kind of one of our crowning achievements. Without divulging too much information, but I think it's like one of the very top songs that we've ever created, for sure, in my books.
I think that's saying a lot, because I think I Am Machine in my world. I think that right there is the top of the tops. That's my favorite 3 Days Grace song. And when you get this many albums, this many songs in, that says a lot, because a lot of people just always refer to the old stuff as the best stuff.
Yeah, well, no, that's really cool to hear, man. I mean, yeah, I Am Machine is like just kind of full balls out, and and it kind of talks about, it's the same kind of subject matter as I guess a song like Pain that we put out in 2006.
Yeah,
where it's just you start to go through the motions, and you start to realize that you're numbing yourself to the world around you, and like wanting to sort of feel like a person, and not like you're being controlled by some force that you can't put your finger on. I think everybody can kind of relate to that, where you just feel like you're being something in the distance is controlling what you do, and you start to feel like a machine, and realizing that's not always cool.
I always like to ask one question that nobody else will ask, if you don't mind, and it is my theory that Barry is actually a partially shaved Bigfoot. Can you confirm or deny that?
Without getting my ass kicked? Probably not. No, man. You know what? He's mean on the guitar, and he's got a commanding presence on stage and stuff. But if you sit down with him, man, he's a super cool, like soft-spoken, gentle dude.
I love the guy, but he's a gorilla. Come on.
There may be some genes, yes. I don't know. You'd have to go through his family history. I don't know.